we're here having a great week. Hope you all had a fun 4th of July for sure. So, maybe you're out grilling some more today.
It's been hot, yeah, but we've gotten some storms that cooled things down a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm doing great. Got a grill for the first time in a year, so I'm pretty happy.
Got to finish putting it together first.
Yeah, it's all good. So, cool. Well, we got a little view of kind of the farm shares maybe this week. I don't know. Kind of depends on what you're doing.
We've looked at a few people's on Instagram and stuff. It seems like this is kind of close to what people are getting.
Kohlrabi. We got some zooks. If you have some radishes and you want to make the slaw with that, great. I know it's starting to get kind of hot. I feel like they're phasing out a little here.
What's that?
The turnips and radishes.
Yeah.
It's kind of getting tough.
Sorry, it makes room for all the good nightshades that are coming out next.
Yeah.
Peppers, zucchini, tomatoes.
Yeah, eggplants. They'll all be really good. So, anyway, welcome in. We're going to do grilled chops today with some grilled zucchinis, a slaw with the brassicas here.
You want to tell me what a brassica is?
It's like the broccoli family. So, kohlrabi, cabbage, broccoli, all those fun things. So, yeah.
All the stinky vegetables.
Yeah. So, yeah, that'll be cool. We're going to make a peach barbecue sauce as well. So, you get to make some homemade barbecue. And
that's easier than you think.
Way easy. And you can do this with any fruit, same recipe. Swap it out, all the goods. So we'll get it done. All right, so first we will make some barbecue, I guess, really quick. We'll get that on so it can simmer for a minute. We're using peaches. I mean, if you have cherries, please use cherries. They'll still be great.
Yeah, you can really swap out anything for this. So we've done it with rhubarb. We do it with peaches. You could do it with cherries. I mean, probably do it with apricots too. I would think that'd be good. You might need a little extra sugar with the apricots. No? Okay.
Just equal parts. It's plenty. So, we do not have freestone peaches yet.
No.
So I'm cutting around the pits here. If you're doing cherries, make sure you pit them.
It's borderline a miracle that it's like the first week of July and we have peaches. So, I mean, can't complain too much.
Well, we had them last week, right?
Yeah.
So, we're just trimming out the pits because we have to. Hey guys, we are live, so like any and all questions you have about food, I can do my
We're
best
here for you.
I can do my best to answer them, whether it's based around this or not. We can try.
So you did about 2 peaches there?
What, that's 3?
Was that 3?
Yeah, I got 3 pits left over.
Oh, you used all my good ones on the counter?
Oh, I thought you put those up for me to use.
No, they were the non-seconds.
So,
but I guess they're done now.
I'm going to throw these in the blender. We want a cup of puree. And if you're going through the process of making this and you just want to make more so you have it for the rest of the summer, it'll hold. There's enough vinegar and sugar in this. It will hold for you. So if you want to do 2 cups of peach puree or 2 cups of cherry puree,
And you just leave them skin on.
yeah, it'll add a little color when you cook it.
Cool.
I think we're out of cup. I can't see this thing very well.
Shankini wants to know how you store the barbecue sauce.
Just in you can put it in a Tupperware, preferably glass, or a mason jar or something like that, and just keep it in your fridge.
You don't have to worry about canning it or anything like that?
No, we're going to simmer it. And like I said, there's enough acidity.
What's wrong?
I can't see how much we have. I just want to make sure I get the right amount of vinegar. This is at 10 ounces, so we're a little over a cup. So
It's like 1 1/4 cups.
yeah, so we're going to do 10 ounces. Vinegar. Boom. 10 ounces of sugar. So we have almost a quart of this.
We're gonna have lots of peach barbecue sauce.
Here we go. Cool. So, 30 ounces here. We still need to add salt and black pepper is what I use for spice in my barbecue.
Super simple.
My idea
Nothing fancy.
is to, I like the meat to shine, and this is just added flavor to kind of help cut with the fattiness that you get with pork or smoked pork or any of that. Really want the ingredients to shine instead of putting garlic and onions and all this stuff in it. So,
I feel like pork and chicken are both really great vehicles for using fruit.
yeah, I agree. All right, so I'm just going to put this on medium heat. Go ahead and throw a little salt in there to start. We're going to grind up some pepper really quick.
I know you don't want to like make this fancy at all, but I bet some coriander and that would be really nice.
I'm sure it would be. All right, I'm going to grind 2 tablespoons of pepper.
Are you using black pepper or white pepper?
Black. I want to see it.
Yeah?
I want to see it in there.
I almost feel like the funkiness of the white pepper would have been nice with the peach though.
Yeah, it might have been.
It's a little more delicate than the black.
So,
Chris is excited about barbecue. He said it's not just for breakfast anymore.
no, it's not. Cool. So I put about 2/3 of the pepper in. You
Yeah,
know,
2 tablespoons. That's pretty generous with the pepper.
Yeah, so like that is where the spice comes from. So you can adjust it to your liking too. Like if you want something to be peppery or not, I prefer it nice and peppery. But I have a little extra pepper to season my chops with.
Okay.
So cool. All right. Hopefully you made some magic dust or the barbecue rub that we're going to be using. It's called magic dust because it magically just makes stuff taste good. So, so if you didn't mix it, it's gonna be a 1/2 cup of sweet paprika, 1/4 cup sugar, a tablespoon of mustard powder, 1/4 cup cumin, 1/4 cup of garlic powder, tablespoon of pepper, and a tablespoon of some spicy chili, kind of like cayenne. We use Kashmiri chili because that's what we have. But yeah, just so you want to make sure you put the pepper and the cumin in your spice grinder and get those ground, and then you can just mix everything else together. So sweet. Let's go ahead and we can mix slaw dressing really fast just to have it. So
Shankini wants to know if Coleman's works better than burlap for the mustard powder.
I mean, you can put whole mustard seed from burlap in the spice grinder if you
They
want.
have powdered mustard now.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
No, it's not necessarily better.
Just pick whatever you want.
I mean, I feel like you can pick. I don't think Coleman's is better. I think it's just a different type of mustard, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a very widely used brand too, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, either one's fine.
Whatever you got available or that you can get easily. Cool.
So you got how much mayo in there right now?
I don't know. Not a lot.
About a half cup?
Quarter.
Third of a cup?
Quarter cup, I would think. It's not a lot.
I'm going to say about a third of a cup.
Well, whatever. Something like that. We're going to put in like a tablespoon of sugar to start. We're going to put the spice rub on the zucchini. I'm going to leave my slaw dressing this time around pretty plain because I think the barbecue rub on the zooks will be plenty.
Well, and the barbecue rub, I think, already has salt in it too, right?
I lift it out. We always want to leave salt out of your rubs.
Why do you do that?
So you can season your vegetables or meat directly, and then add the rub after you put salt.
So we got mayo, some sugar, and then did you put your magic dust in there?
No, this is a pinch of
The pepper?
black pepper, just a pinch, and we got some salt in here. You want to mix it up with your mayonnaise first, and then we're going to add like a tablespoon of vinegar. You can, if you don't mix your sugar and spices with your mayo first, it can lead to a clumpy dressing. Cool. Sweet. So, slaw dressing. Yeah, if you're at a future endeavor, you can always put a little bit of this magic dust rub in your slaw dressing.
And guys, that's on the blog. I probably should have added that to the notes. I can go do that now.
Give it a taste. I like mine a little sweeter. Uh-oh, I just put salt in it.
And a little salty too then?
We're putting it on plain vegetables, so it'll be fine.
So how much sugar did you put in?
Another tablespoon. Cool. I like it sweet. Sweet slaw. All right. Cool. Sauces are going. We got this cooking up over here. It's already simmering.
Looks like you need to whisk it a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to give it a stir. Give it a taste.
It's always the drama with boiling fruit purees. I feel like they all like to foam up on you when you're not paying attention.
Yeah, so we're just going to let this reduce until it's the right viscosity. But peppery, peachy, sweet, tart. It's perfect. It's great. So that just needs to cook. I'm going to put a little dill and parsley, because those are the herbs we have. I'm going to throw these right into our slaw dressing as well, because I have it. If you have any herbs laying around, some tarragon, any of that, it's going to be really good tossed with the slaw. So,
I'm keeping that on the board.
what?
Your bowl.
Oh, this?
Yeah, thank you. I just can't see it anymore.
Gotcha.
So you got dill and parsley going in this?
Yeah. But, I mean, really, I would say anything but mint. So if you had some fresh thyme or oregano or, I mean, really, mint's just kind of a, I mean, maybe it could be good. But there we go. So that will get tossed with all our vegetables.
So quick recap, what's in the bowl again?
So mayo, sugar, pepper, salt, cider vinegar,
And herbs?
dill, parsley.
Cool.
That's going to be the
Dressing?
That's the dressing for our slaw. We got these beautiful zucchinis. I'm just giving them a rinse under some cool water really fast.
Make sure there's no dirt on them.
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
It's true.
I don't like gritty vegetables that much.
No, it kind of ruins the experience.
It's like when you're at the beach and you get sand in your sheets.
Yeah. Not a nice thing.
Cool. So, to make these easy to grill, you kind of want to get nice, I would say big pieces, just so they don't fall through your grates, all that fun stuff.
Those look like they're about like almost a half inch.
Yeah, half-inch thick. Just nice thick pieces, easy to grill, and then you make them thick so it's less risk of trying to overcook these. So
Yeah, zucchini cooks really fast.
yeah, and the green stuff, in my opinion, overcooked, not great. But
I think the worst thing being overcooked is Brussels sprouts. That is the most awful taste on the planet.
broccoli,
Yeah, cabbage.
all the brassicas.
Yeah, you overcook them and they just get awful.
We're eating them raw today.
It's all right. They're about as fresh as they can be. They're probably just picked a few days ago.
Yep. Cool. Yeah, nice thick pieces. So, let's spread them out. Now, I guess you could just go ahead and spread these out on your tray that you were going to carry outside. You know? Oh, my peaches boiled over.
Did they? I didn't even hear them. Gave you fair warning. That's what happens when you don't look at it. It's like boiling milk.
Man.
It's okay. It's one little blob.
Yeah, I know. I just cleaned it.
Yeah, I know. Well, you'll just have to do it again.
All right. So,
Just doing some salt over everything.
yeah, nice high seasoning.
High
Let's-
seasoning.
Sprinkling from up above helps you get a more even sprinkle than trying to come down here and do this. Just makes a bigger mess, which is why I said put them on your tray.
It's okay. You're no stranger to making a mess in the kitchen.
And then
Is that your magic dust?
This is the spice.
So our version I made a while ago, and it does have salt in it.
This does?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
So.
Well, get an extra seasoning.
Yeah.
You're going to love it. Zucchini is so plain. Anyway. Cool. So, I'm going to take it, flip it. Do the same on the other side.
Oh, I can smell that barbecue sauce. Man, that smells good. Now, if you didn't make the seasoned version of the magic dust, you would salt it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Salt that squash.
Brian's asking, when it comes to seasoning, do you want to season what you're cooking right before you cook it, or season it ahead of time?
It depends on what you are doing. Zucchini, it's a lot of water. So if you salt it early, like if you were going to bread it, you'd want to salt it to get as much moisture out as possible.
Yeah,
right?
Salt
If you were
draws the
doing like
moisture
a
out.
if you were doing like a breaded zucchini for like pan frying, salt it like an hour before and just let it sit out so it can drip. Same with eggplants. This, since we're going to be cooking it on high heat quickly, you can season it, throw it right on. Doesn't really matter.
Would you ever pre-season with like meat or steak?
If it's super thick, sure. You could season it the night before if you have those like huge tomahawks,
Okay.
that are a couple inches.
Yeah.
For this kind of inch cut or less, doesn't really need to. It'll start drawing moisture out of the meat.
Could that like result in it being dry?
Depends on what chef you ask. I don't think so, but depends on who you ask.
Everybody's got an opinion, right?
Yep. All right. Ow. Cool. Oh, these smell good, man.
I love that rub.
Zucchini's so plain otherwise.
I know.
That's why I wanted to do this rub on there.
Well, the rub's really good too. Honestly, like I like having it around and like sprinkling it on buttered popcorn or.
It's the hardest thing about cooking with zucchini. I feel like you need to season the dish so far that like everything else in it's almost salty, but then the zucchini's still plain. It's
Yeah.
like so hard to.
Why is that? Because it's just so like heavily water.
It's like 80% water.
Yeah.
But you don't want to cook it till it's mush either. So you can't extract all that water out.
No.
But yeah, it's just, cucumbers are the same, but like usually eat cucumbers raw. So you just kind of, the best way to deal with those is to salt them and then put them in a bowl, let them sit for half an hour. And if you cut them nice and thick, how we did these, you can salt them and let them sit in a bowl, get a ton of that liquid out and dump it off, and then toss them in like vinegar and oil, and the cukes will almost more so absorb some of that vinegar back in them. And the flavor on that's just great.
Zucchini wants to know are other things that they can do with magic dust.
Any meats is great. Directly on meat. Like I said, I will use it in my slaw dressing usually. But since we put it on the veggies, I just kind of left it out. But it's great. And then that slaw dressing, it's like an Alabama white barbecue sauce essentially, which is excellent with smoked chicken. So that's all loop back around to anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, you could even do like a scoop of it into like a basic barbecue sauce and flavor your barbecue sauce that way.
If
you wanted to.
You can use it and make baked beans.
That's really good. Baked beans.
You can take it, and if you've got like just a can of plain like black beans or something. What?
Nothing. You're just going to town over there while you're talking. You're not telling anybody what you're doing.
Oh, well, I'm going to reuse the kohlrabi leaves in the slaw.
So you're just pulling all the kohlrabi leaves off?
Yeah, I'm stacking them up.
Okay. I didn't want to like end your list, but you're.
But yeah, if you have like plain black beans sitting around, put a squeeze of ketchup in them, put a bunch of magic dust in them, simmer them for a minute. And you got some delicious homemade seasoned black, like baked beans for you. All right. So.
What did you just do?
Stack the leaves from the kohlrabi. We're going to reuse them.
And then you rolled them up, and now you're slicing them?
Rolled them, sliced them. Delicious. Right in there. Now, the kohlrabi. Most of the time you probably won't get it with leaves on it, but if you did.
Is it usually just that little ball?
Yeah.
Okay.
Usually. Depends on the farm or what's going on.
Yeah.
Who called out?
Benefit to getting produce from your local farm, right? You get some of the extra goodies because it's still fresh enough to have it with the leaves, and you can use that as either some bulk in your food or as an extra dish later on. I mean,
you know, this is a storage crop in the winter, so.
So you're going to peel this whole thing?
Yeah, the skin can get a little tough.
Okay. Do you think it's tough even this time of year?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can see it. All this fibrous material.
Yeah.
So we're trying to peel through all that. And the root where it attaches to the ground is going to be really tough. So we're going to trim that off with our knife until we get this peeled.
You know what else that magic dust would be good on? Sprinkle it on some fried chicken.
Yeah, so with your knife, just cutting through that, you see this woodiness on the edge. So we're gonna, might have to peel this a little more. Just making sure it's gonna be tender.
Shankini said she used kohlrabi in one of the Sunday meals recently, but some pieces were really fibrous.
Yep.
She wanted to know what she did wrong.
Well, you want to make sure you peel it really far down. And then...
How do you know when you peeled it down far enough?
It shouldn't, like, it'll look fibery if you're looking at it. And you peel it enough, it will look kind of smooth.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, that's great. That's the information I was after.
So I don't know if like that makes perfect sense, but you can look at it, and if it looks like it's going to be fibery, just keep peeling and you should get through. And the other part where it goes into the ground, just kind of got to cut off enough until it seems like your knife is going through, because this was definitely just all fiber, but this is where that root comes into the plant. So just to make sure it's all tasty.
It's kind of like ginger when it's old.
Yeah.
It just has too many roots.
And it's really good. Just take a slice, taste it. Just want to make sure it's tender. So yeah, we're good. We got all the stuff. Compost the rest. All right, so if you wanted to, you could just grate this.
With like a box grater?
On a box grater, you could run it through your food processor. I'm just gonna kind of hand slice it.
Now's everybody's chance to catch up.
Just sitting here making slabs.
How thick are you cutting that?
1/8 inch maybe.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, it was hard to see because it's really white and the light on it's like
Yeah.
kind of
10 millimeters.
What does that mean?
What the fuck's a millimeter? I know, right?
It's definitely not 10 millimeters.
I don't know. This is America.
I would argue the metric system is far less complicated than the American system.
Hey, you know what? It definitely is. You work on cars long enough, you like the metric system more.
Yeah. I also like working in grams instead of ounces. It's way easier to calculate when you're scaling things up and down. And it's a lot more accurate.
Cool. So yeah, with the salt and sugar in the slaw dressing, it's going to break this stuff down a little bit, make it floppy. So, cool. So this is sliced. I'm just going to make some quick matchsticks out of these.
So what were you doing? Are you pushing those all up against your knife to straighten them out?
Make a nice pile. And then just make a nicely done julienne there. It's great with carrots, kohlrabi. We'll throw that in.
I was wondering if you were going to move him. Don't want to go chopping up your perfect julienne over there.
Cool.
You make that look so easy.
Do that.
I don't think mine would look like that if I did this.
We have this pile.
Brian said they had to use the metric system with turbines.
Oh,
He
cool.
was at a tower earlier today and had to replace hydraulic hose that burst, and it was a 5-hour ordeal.
That sounds fun.
I'm sure it's hot out there in Virginia and North Carolina too. It does not sound like a good time.
Got that. We'll stack a few of these kind of short since they're skinny. Sweet. And then once we get through this, we'll get our broccoli chopped up. Then we'll mix these, let them kind of work their magic with the dressing for a bit.
Yeah, you want to give it time to marinate a little?
Yes.
What's like an ideal minimum amount of time?
Like 20 minutes.
Okay.
Which is why we're getting this out of the way. So that way the vegetables have time to break down a little. Let's check on our barbecue. It looks like it could be ready.
It's looking pretty thick over there. Certainly lower in the pot than it was when you started.
Oh yeah, it's done.
Shankini said she's in awe of your matchsticks.
Ooh. It's hot.
You scorched it?
The sauce?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, it looked like you had some burnt bits on the end of your spoon there.
Wouldn't call it burned.
Caramelized?
Yeah, it's not burned.
Okay.
It was going to be. So.
Well, that means it's probably ready then.
Oh, it is. With the peach bits. You know, the puree.
Oh, yeah. They stick to the bottom.
Kind of went to the bottom.
Oh, I know all about it. I make plenty of jam.
But anyway.
To a certain point, you gotta watch it like a hawk.
I even had it on like medium low. There we go. Cool. So at this point, if I was in the restaurant, just to make it really nice on the plate, it'd be going through like a wire mesh sieve or something. But
What, just to try and catch any chunks? Or like skin?
which I guess I can do. Flavor's really good though.
I like it more rustic.
It's peppery, it's great.
I don't strain my jams either. I like them to have some texture.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but if you strain that with a sieve now, aren't you gonna like strain out all the black pepper too?
well, the pepper's infused. No matter what.
Yeah, I know. It's so nice when you get a little speck of it.
This is pretty wide. A lot of it'll fit.
Okay. So this is a bougie step, not a necessary step, basically.
Yeah, we just want to get all the sauce out.
Brian, the difference between jams and jelly, a lot of times jelly is thickened with pectin, and it's usually like almost like a fruit juice, or generally not really a puree. It's almost like kind of clear, you know?
It's
So
juice thickened with
juice
pectin.
thickened with pectin, where jam is actual like whole cooked fruit that cooks down. So it's still kind of got some texture, maybe some bits of fruit that are still like chewable in there, depending on what you're cooking. Personally, I usually make jam. I don't know. Jelly just feels
We
kind
never
of
make
boring to
jelly.
me because I like some fruit character in there, but yeah, it's just kind of a more refined, smooth version of jam.
Cool. Barbecue sauce. It's like the good stuff from the jar, you know, at the store.
What is?
So it's a little. So this is super hot. It's over reduced just a little. By the time this cools, you're not going to, you won't be able to eat it.
Yeah, that's how far you took it. So you just add a little water back to it.
Yep. And what we're looking for, it's called nappe. So when it's hot, should coat the spoon and drip off nicely.
Can you shine it in the light section? There you go. Thank you.
So you see how that it coats but then drips off? That's what you're looking for. Because when this cools down, it's going to thicken up a little bit.
Give me one more shot of that. Cool. Thank you.
So, and if you're not getting the coating on the spoon, reduce it a little more. Like if it just shears off. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But this is perfect. So when it's cold, it's not like a brick in your fridge. Cool. Let's cut this. We'll sear some chops and some zooks, and we'll plate some food. So,
Plate some food. You haven't even cooked the pork yet.
so we got to sear them. All right. Broccoli. I like to double check for dirt and bugs, as always. Bugs love brassicas. That's just how it goes. So,
Actually, brassicas are really good for humans too.
I mean, you can see that's all chewed up.
Yeah.
They love them. So,
Oh, that sulfur content's really good for your body to kind of like detox and help your liver cleanse itself. And
what you want to do is we're just going to take the leaves, the broccoli, thin slice.
What's a thin slice?
As thin as you can.
Can you slide your bowl off to the corner really quick?
As thin as you can
Towards
quickly.
that rubber band, thank you.
Cool. You're
And
going.
You're like leaving those last little nubs off.
Yeah. You're just starting to get down to what would be this more fibrous part.
Yeah. Which would not be tasty to eat.
No, we're just going to leave it out. Put that in here. So yeah. Little broccoli leaf, kohlrabi leaf. If you had Brussels sprouts, they don't grow well here, but if you live somewhere where they do like to grow.
Would they be growing this time of year, or do they grow more in the fall, or is it like a double
Here it
growing
would be,
season?
well, they don't really grow here, but it's kind of like a double thing.
Yeah, because we get like cabbage and broccoli and stuff now, but then we also get it again
In the fall. So,
it's like you need a bigger boat, buddy.
could have got a bigger, could have got a smaller bowl, but we're going to mix.
You want a bigger bowl?
No. Mix that. So just let that sit for a minute. It's going to start breaking down anyway.
Is it because like the vinegar and the salt kind of drawing out on
Vinegar,
the sugar,
salt, sugar.
drawing out the moisture from the vegetables?
Yep. So that'll start breaking down. So we'll let that sit and give it another toss. If you're feeding more people, you can put more broccoli in it. I'm going to leave these out.
Just make sure you have a bigger bowl.
Anyway. Cool. I'm going to get my grill pan going. If you got your grill going, great. Then you could do all this at once. We got some Buckner Ranch. Delicious bone-in.
The best pork chops.
Bone-in pork T-bones. Porterhouses. Look at that. Man.
Can you try and keep that on?
Huh? What do you need?
Can you put that where I can see it?
Cool.
Wow, those are gorgeous.
So yeah, one's just a solid chop. The other is a porterhouse.
Which one's which?
So.
And what's the difference? What does that mean?
So. When you get. The term comes from the steak cuts. But when you get down into the porterhouse here, you're looking at like technically on the steak you get one side's the New York strip or the beef loin, and then the other side's the tenderloin.
Okay.
So pork, same deal, porterhouse technically. Now the difference between porterhouse and T-bone is how big of a chunk of filet mignon you get.
Okay.
On the side.
Or aka the tenderloin.
Yes.
So what's up with the other one then?
This is just a regular old pork chop.
Okay. Looks like he's got a big old fat cap.
Bones here on the edge instead of protruding into the middle.
Okay. So is that all like the New York strip side then? There's no
this
tenderloin
technically would be on a cow. This would be a ribeye.
Okay. Oh yeah, like the decal over there.
So you can kind of see the formation.
Yeah. That would be the decal.
Yep.
Cool, that makes sense.
Yep.
Thanks for the butchery class.
There's a little cartilage here that I'm going to remove.
Yeah, it's usually not very good eating. I mean, unless you really like chewy meat.
Yep, I'm just going to cut it out because I don't really want it. All right, and then for the most part, I like this. Trim off that extra piece of fat. Check the other side. Looks
what are you
great.
looking for?
Just any extra cartilage or anything. These are good. I mean,
how do you know the difference between cartilage and fat?
This is fat. This is.
Because it all looks the same to me from
well,
here.
this is just fat, but it was just extra.
Okay.
And then this is going to be what's rib meat. So it's going to be a little chewier when you grill it up. You could just like remove it at the seam here if you wanted. Or you can grill it up and maybe not eat it. Kind of like that. That's all rib meat.
Okay.
I just know that because...
Well, with rib meat too, like that needs to be like low and slow, like long cooking time, and we're not doing low and slow cooking, so it doesn't make sense to keep that here for this purpose, right?
Nope. And just depending on how much you love the fat, some people wouldn't trim this at all because they love that grilled fat and they just want to eat it, which is absolutely fine.
I mean, not for nothing, the fat on the Buckner pork chops
Yeah,
is like
they're great.
super buttery and tender.
I took a little off. I still left a nice fat cap on there. This one, you know, this is all fat.
Yeah, I was going to say, he's got a big fat cap.
So, like, just angle it off there. So now we got a nice chop. This will technically be a little rib meat here on the back, but flip it over. I'm just looking for any extra bone or cartilage or anything. But yeah,
cool.
That's that. So we're gonna do a little salt and pepper.
You really coat that in salt.
Yeah, they're about an inch thick, so they can handle it.
If I had a thinner cut pork chop.
If they're like really, really thin, that Waffle House style,
Yeah.
I'd only season like one side.
Okay. But since we got the big boys,
Yeah.
we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, I just threw some fat on there to render out.
Oh. Are you going to use that fat to cook your pork chops in?
Somewhat.
It's a little chef trick.
Let them render while you're cooking chops. Throw your zucchinis on there.
You got a little bit of oil there too.
Yeah, and if I was doing the grill, I'd just use a towel and wipe the grill with some oil. But cool. They're cooking. So let these cook. We'll start putting some zooks on.
Yeah, this would be nice to have the grill for.
Yeah.
It'd be so much easier to get everything done at once.
It's okay. We'll get the grill going next time.
Smells really good.
Yeah. Cool. They're grilling, searing. And then, we're going to take our chops to like 130 degrees. As usual.
I thought you were supposed to cook pork to 145.
It'll carry over.
15 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I don't care. It's Buckner pork, so I know it's good.
That's the temperature in which trichinosis is killed.
Yeah, but it's not even something you have to worry about anymore.
Not since the 80s.
No. And the Buckners have probably some of the freshest, cleanest, most delicious meat around, so nothing to worry about.
And they have to deep clean the processing plant in between each animal, so.
Yeah.
That would be kind of the only risk. It's unfortunate though. I mean, I guess the only risk with the beef is if your cows get processed after a contaminated cow goes through.
What would make like a contaminated cow?
A non-grass fed, like a CAFO cow.
Yeah.
Went through that was sick. And then your beef gets processed after and it slips through. It can happen. But pigs don't carry E. coli, so.
No.
Anyway.
Well, it just makes it really hard though, like from a processing standpoint. I mean, if a grass-fed producer wanted to process their own meat, they have to go through rigorous.
It's all USDA inspected facilities, and they are checking for everything. But things slip through. They can't test every single.
No, of course not.
They do it. It's random. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Random tests. You can't test everything. It's just how it works. They process millions of pounds of beef every day. Same for chicken.
Yeah.
All right. We're just getting grill marks on stuff, really. So,
No, those pans actually still do a pretty good job of getting grill marks.
yeah, but it doesn't get the flavor.
I mean, I get it. I know it's not the same as grilling, but I mean, I think for the sake of trying to film too, this makes it a little teeny bit easier.
Yeah, of course.
I haven't figured out how to film on location yet. This has been a whole new experience.
Starlink.
Yeah.
Hooked up right to your phone.
Or getting the gimbal or something to go outside. I don't even know.
We'll figure it out. Cool. Yeah, little pork chunks just rendering out extra fat here in the corner.
So you're just going to use that pork fat to cook everything with?
Yeah, I just swirl the pan around and it goes. And that's that. How's the camera holding up?
I had to change the battery out of one of them. Oh, you mean over the stove?
Yeah, is it clear?
So far, so good, yeah.
Is it stuttering yet?
No.
All right.
Oh, got next round. Once those big old fatty pork chops are out of there, it'll be a lot easier.
Yeah.
What are we temping at?
Okay. This guy, just getting a little swipe on that bone. And this guy's ready.
Why are you temping by the bone?
It's going to be the coolest place.
Next to the bone?
Yeah.
So if you're ever cooking anything bone in, you should always check by the bone?
Near the, yeah, pretty close to the bone. It like keeps heat away from the area, kind of. So yeah, this guy's good. Wish we had a grill, but
I know. Well, we do have one. You just have to finish getting all the things to make it work.
this guy's almost there. We're at 125.
Well, not that I think that it's mattered, but I finally got Instagram to stream for us today.
Nice.
It has been a battle for months now. So ever since we had that update glitch, I've not been able to get our Instagram to sync with Ecamm.
All right. This guy's had a little time to marinate. Give it a taste for seasoning. Cool. Well, that's super good. All right.
I feel like those cook pretty quick considering how thick they are.
It's pork.
Does pork just like cook super fast or something?
Anything lean cooks faster.
Okay. Well, I mean, I wouldn't call those cuts lean.
The muscle tissue is lean. Cool. I'll drop the rest of these in and we'll plate up a chop. Right. So what do we want to do? Move this guy. Kind of need to slice him. Right. So I'm going to take the bone off.
Is that the ribeye one?
No. Or yeah. Yeah, and right along the bone, it looks always going to look a little more
Pink.
But it's fine. So make this easy here. Cool. Yeah. Let's do swap these so I can plate. And then probably do a few zooks.
Probably need to flip those other ones.
Yeah.
Chris said he's so hungry.
Who?
Chris.
Oh, Chris?
Yeah.
Nice.
Chris, me too. It smells really good in here.
Chris, you can come be a guest, eat some food one day.
Yeah?
Talk about coffee.
Come over for dinner. Oh, yeah, that'd be fun. You need to send him a link.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Make this beautiful pile of zooks. I'm going to turn off.
Turn that fan on higher. It's smoking out in here.
Turn the pan off. It's ready. So what we want to do, this beautiful plate. And then, see, if we were doing this on the grill, I'd brush a little on and like kind of, you know, hit it with a little barbecue so it can caramelize on the meat.
Yeah, that's kind of what I envisioned.
right before you pull it. But then we just add a little extra after there. You know, kind of. Look at that color on that, though.
Shankini said she's never seen zucchini look appetizing.
Look at the color on the
It's
sauce.
gorgeous.
Now, if you did it with cherry, it'd be this deep red.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
With
take,
cherry, though, you'd probably have to puree it a little more, right?
about the same. You just rip it in your blender. And then what? We'll take this, add more salad over top. Cool. And then you got
Sorry,
this.
the chili peppers in that rub are getting
Got
me.
this great meal right there. I don't know. Probably could have put the slaw underneath, maybe. Yeah. Either way, got this great meal. So,
Can you give me a little twirl?
what do we get? Just about an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Little twirl action. Sweet.
Now for your favorite part.
Try it all together. Give it a taste. Oh,
What do you think, Chef?
dude.
How's it taste?
It's awesome.
Summertime goodness?
Yeah.
Just feels like summer.
Mm-hmm. This is all the summer. Anything you want right here. Or if you like fried this pork chop too, made a cutlet. Put on a sandwich with the barbecue sauce and the slaw.
Those pork chops are too pretty to make into cutlets.
Ah, it would be so good though. Pork sandwiches.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. It's pretty good. Pretty good one.
It's a great summer meal. And the cool thing is, like, when you make the barbecue sauce and you make the rub, you have both of, like, extras of both. So you can kind of keep throwing it on a piece of grilled chicken, even if you're just doing a salad or something for the night. Or, you know, glazing it with some barbecue sauce. You know, you've got kind of some extra condiments that were super simple to make.
Yeah.
And makes dinner in the summer when you're not feeling cooking really easy. So,
Yeah, and the best part is if you're grilling all this, your house doesn't heat up.
yes. Rufus, do you want a pork chop?
He wants chops.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Yeah, yeah.